I'm sure you've seen from the title of this video alone, guys, the best gacha game of the year, Umamuseum Pretty Derby, guys. That's what we're going to talk about in today's video, because honestly, this game is better than HSR, ZZZ, Genshin Impact, Ethereal Restart, and some of you guys are going to hate me for this, Persona 5 the Scamtum X, because they absolutely scammed the shit out of you for all your money, and that game is dog shit. It's basically just a copy and paste of Persona 5. And just to go on a little side tangent here, if you guys are playing Persona 5 the Phantom X and you have a PC, a Nintendo Switch, or a console, literally just buy the summer sale Persona 5 Royale. You're gonna get a much better experience than playing the gacha dog shit that's Persona 5. That's going on a tangent here. That's talking about one cash grab, but let's hop into the second cash grab now, but an actually good cash grab, which is Umamuseum. Yes, guys, cash grab it is, because my god, there's a lot of pros of this game, but let me talk first to you guys about the what I mean by cash grab, right? First of all, there is just about no pity system in this game. Like, we're gonna go and start with the cons first, right? You're not playing this game for the summon system. I guess you are. You're playing it for the pretty horse girls, right? But realistically, guys, these rates are absolutely so diabolical that I have to open up a separate web page to show you guys what I'm talking about. The rates here are not the best in the world. To get a guaranteed character here, or the guaranteed featured character here, you do have to hit 200 pulls, which is absolutely abysmal. That is so fucking far forgone. And then if we're talking about rates, guys, to get a 3-star Uma, you are talking about a 3% chance, which, well, oh, well, that's not like the worst thing in the world until you see every single thing here. Now, they do have a rate up, obviously, for this, the feature, the one here, right? Because it is the feature character. But still, you're having to sift through all this other shit. So it's not like HSR or ZZZ or any Hoyoverse title where if you lose a 50-50, you get like, oh, one of the standard characters, right? With this, there's no 50-50 system, and you're always fighting whatever chance this is to get any of these characters. Yes, there are increased rates for the character, but no, you're not guaranteed to get any one of these characters, right? So, first of all, that's kind of dog shit, that's kind of ass. Now, let's talk about some other cash grabs of this game first, because while we're on the topic of cash grabs, we might as well talk about them all, right? Training fucking characters, guys. Star unlocks, these things are scams. I have pulled dupes for, first of all, this character here, it gives you 60 extra, so you can't even star up or get an additional grade, unless you get, I shit you not, like, at least 3. No, you have to get 2 additional copies to get this 1 extra star up. And then that's not even talking about going here, which you need a lot more copies for. So you're talking about a system where there's really no pity to get a 5-star, to my knowledge anyways. And then you're having to get these extra stars as well. And then on top of this, you're having to get really good support cards. And you might be turned away from this game after hearing all this. But now let's hop into why I have been absolutely addicted to this game. This is probably the hardest gacha game I've ever played. Genuinely and truthfully, guys, what I mean by this is the hardest gacha game I've ever played in my life is we can go ahead and take a look at just my, I guess we can take, I don't even know how to check it. We can go ahead here real quick to the Ura final real quick, and I can show you what I mean by this, is I have been doing so many of these Ura rallies here. Then you have like your parent system right here, which we'll talk about more about the systems in a second here and why I like it so much. So, basically, the best I've ever gotten is a B rank. So, I've won the Ura final, and I've been playing this game for days now. 2 times with the same character. I have faltered so many times with so many characters, not even making it to the Ura Championship, which is like additional content to the original story that you're doing. I can't even make it to the fucking story sometimes you're doing, right? Because the system of how this game works is you pick one of your Uras, right? So if I wanted to go in with my champion right here that I've won the Ura final with 2 times, it's Oguri Cap, then we would go in and choose our other Uras we're going to run with, right? So our parents is what they call them in the community, right? And what these parents do is actually give you additional stats. So let's go to my friends, for example, right? So this one right here, guys, is giving me an additional 30 speed. And what these things you're going to be doing here and how you're getting these stacks are these things called sparks right here, right? So this comes from you literally doing the story mode, having a really high stat, and then rolling into RNG and hope to God that you get one of these stats. Because honestly, I have no clue how this spark system works still. I'm going to keep it a buck with you guys. I just tried to look into it and figure it out. I still have no clue how this system works. All I know is you get high stat, and then you have chance to get high spark. And high spark equals whenever you pray to your shrine and your mother and your father, you get additional stats. Now, there's a lot that I am not doing justice in terms of explaining the actual gameplay of this game. Just know there's a lot of stats and a lot of things that you have to know what the fuck's going on. This is a very intense game. This is probably the most intense game of 2025 thus far. Okay, I had to look to the right to see what year it was. But this is the most intense game that I played this year. And that's because there's just so much shit going on, right? Like, you're talking, oh, I click on this character info here. Oh, guys, like we have the junior make debut. Cool, right? Then we have to get 3,000 fans. Then we have to face in this race right here, which is a mile race. It's to the left, has 1,600 meters. Okay, cool, whatever, right? But it's in the springtime, so you have to really plan in accordance to the distances of the races and how your Umas actually need to play in the races, right? So let's say we're going through Aragi's career, right? We're going to go see what races she has. So, okay, so we know she has the mile here. She has a mile here. She has a long there, which is the longest one. This is kind of shit that this is placed in the middle here. I'm not going to lie. So those races correlate, actually, to your distances down here. You have a sprint, mile, medium, and long. So, as you can see, we have E, AA, and B, right? So, what this means is when I go into any long race, I'm actually getting a stat decrease because this is not an A rank. And what you have to do to get this up to an A rank, right, is you have to use your legacy Umas to bump this rank up if she has it in her race, because you don't want to be going into it with a stat decrease because you're just going to fucking lose at that point, right? And basically what this means, right, these tracks and distances, you get stat decreases whenever you're racing on a certain track that has a lower rating. So you definitely want to be bumping these ratings up if you go into any of these tracks. Same thing with distance too. You're getting stat decreases if you're not doing it, and also style decreasing as well. Speaking of styles though, style means how you need to actually build your Uma up. This horsey right here is good for pace and late, meaning she doesn't work well as a front runner, so that means you don't really build her like into full speed and full wit, which is what we'll talk more about the stats in a second. You wouldn't build her into full speed and full wit. For pace, right, you would build her into more speed, stamina, power, and then for late, right, you would build her into some speed, you would build her into stamina for your courses, and then you build her into more power because you want her to be able to catch back up at the end of the race. And I'm sure you've heard me mention stamina, right? Stamina is basically the HP of this game. So for each one of these tracks, sprint, mile, medium, and long, each of these have a stamina requirement that you need to reach to actually make it to the end of the race with the amount of speed that you have. Because if you don't have enough stamina, you will run out of gas basically before the end of the race, and you'll basically just fucking flounder and lose. And honestly, I couldn't figure any of this out unless I went to a website to figure this out. So first of that honestly, there needs to be better resources to figure this shit out. Maybe I'm just dumb as fuck and don't know how to find it in game. Most importantly, the speed stat is like the most important thing all around the board for just about everything here. That's going to be like how you're going to win in most of your races after you have your other stats built substantially, but you do have to sub-focus into some of these other stats depending on the build you're running, right? That's really what I'll have to mention here in terms of the legacies and the Umas, but then we can go even further beyond this, guys, right? I'm not going to do an actual race right here because I don't have any more friends to use. Friends are actually really nice, but you can only use 3 friend Umas per day, but you can actually use their support cards per day right now. Supports. And these support cards also correlate to how you're going to be running your Uma, right? So we have 3 speed here and then 2 wit, right? So this is for mainly a front runner, right? For front runner, you mainly want your wit and your speed. And then I would be putting 1 stamina here from a friend card, which is whatever, Super Creek here for this, which is a really good. So, but let me actually build an Uma team real quick and then kind of take you through what the actual gameplay is like. Alright gamers, so I have my career pretty set right here, and I'm going to be going with Haru Urara, and these are my legacy characters right here. She's an enclosure. Her like career mode is a little bit wonky, but we're going to be going with a setup of 1, 2, 3 speed, 1 stamina, 1 wit, and we will also be going with 1 strength as well. Inspiration up. Yeah, let's go. Mile, yep. So basically the reason why I had to use this particular build right here in terms of the Umas is because I realized that she does a lot of mile races and a lot of sprint races, right? So she's doing a lot of short races. So stamina cost will only need to be about 300 by the end of it because she ultimately is doing a lot of short races. But we're hopping right into the screen here, right guys? We have a couple different things here. Like we have our skills. When we get skill points, we can get some skill abilities for our person here. She's a late surger, so we can technically upgrade this. This is slightly increased, but we want to wait till we get some hints from the training here because this is where the main bread and butter of what everything you're doing is. And generally, what I hear is best is to just focus on getting your Uma's bonds up initially off rip, right? I know I'm stuttering a lot, sorry about that. Anyways, we're gonna just build up some bonds here. Like we don't necessarily need guts, but I'm only gonna build guts because it is 3 bond levels here, and I really do want to focus on getting these bonds up before anything else, and because the more bonds we can get up, the more we can get this set up here as well. And while we're kind of on the topic of bonds and getting stuff up, the reason why I had to run it the way I ran her, like I mentioned before, is because yes, we do a lot of sprints, we do a lot of miles, but the problem here, guys, is her mile was down to a B. And if this is down to a B, she gets a major stat decrease. So we want to make sure we get that up to an A. If you look here at what her ratings are, right, she has 20% increase to guts and 20% or a 10% increase to strength. And her being a late surger or someone that is an enclosure, you do want more strength than you would more of these other stats, right? Obviously, speed still being king there and at least 300 stamina, but you do want to focus more on this than you would with wit and anything else. But the reason why I did bring one wit card to this, and I'll show you in a second here when we actually get... Oh, I fucking clicked the wrong thing. God damn it. Fuck me anyway. Sorry, guys. I wish you could click back on that. Oh my god, I just wasted it. Anyways, guys, fucking sorry about that. We're gonna train one more time here. Hopefully we don't get a failure. Oh my god, we got a failure. That means awful! There's RNG with this, guys. I'm sorry, there's RNG here. She's down to an awful fucking mood. This means if I don't bring this awful mood up, then her training's going to lower by 20%, and her attributes are going to be down by 4% when we're doing our running. That's why I can go ahead and show you what wit does. So the big thing with wit, guys, and the reason why I bring it is because it builds wit, which also builds speed as well. Wit is going to be important for activating your abilities. The more wit you have, the more chance you have of activating your abilities. You can never have a 100% chance of activating your abilities. And what I mean by that, guys, is these skills you get right here, like where it says slightly increased velocity on an uphill, this has a chance to proc. It's not a guarantee proc. There's a chance to proc this off. So with that being said, you do want to make sure that you're able to proc this off. So wit is obviously something important, especially for front runners, right? But as you can see, we got fucking cucked and fucked with our mood. So I think I need to go ahead on an outing here. And what outings do is sometimes they give you stamina, sometimes they don't, but they bring your mood up. Now you can get mood from doing like your allies helping you out with stuff like that. So whenever you're going through special events, you can get your mood up through that. But we're just gonna do this wit again. It has 3, so might as well hit this, get all 3 leveled up here. Getting bonds up is really important because they actually are going to be increasing your stats even more when you're doing these other trainings here. And about every 4 trainings, you get one of these leveled up. Basically, I'm just going to take you guys through the first race, and then you guys can go from there. But you're going to see how intense this game can get, okay? We're at bad, we're at successful, cool, that's fine. I'm very curious to see where our Uma is going to be placing there. I'm trying to get through this as fast as I can because, honestly, runs take about an hour. You can save the runs if you want, but they do take quite a bit of time, even with skipping stuff around. Yep, let's go ahead and build in the power here. Why not? Hopefully don't fail again. Oh my god, thank you. We weren't up shit creek with that one, huh? Okay, so now we're at a point where our energy is kind of low, so we can actually take a rest. Now, the really important thing to mention here, right? And oh my god! Oh my, the RNG is so fucked for this run right now. Anyways, the reason why resting is kind of cringe is because it takes up a whole turn, right? So that means as a whole turn you can't get stats, but it does give you energy back. Recreation can help get energy back sometimes, but also increases your mood, but that's why wit's here, right? It increases your energy for free, so if you're on the threshold where it's like, oh, you have like a 1% failure chance or a 30% failure chance, but you don't have anything good, like 3 Umas lined up, you can always hit the wit here, get some extra energy back, and then kind of like re-rolling for the next one, right? So, like, yes, you can rest sometimes, but it's not best to rest all the time. Now I'm going to have more energy decreases. My training's going to be down bad right now because we're in an awful mood. And she lost 10 more energy there due to the night owl. Dude, oh my god. Generally speaking, though, for most of the events, you want to try to get energy back because energy is like the most valuable fucking resource in this game. That has 3 right there. A 20. Hopefully don't fail the 27%. Okay, we won that one. Even though we're in an awful mood, guys. I think we're about... Oh, yeah, it's race day. Oh, it's fucking race day and we're in an awful mood. We might lose this offer up. I'm not gonna lie. This thing, we have not. It has not been good for us. We didn't get any hints that really help us out towards any of our passives here, but just to kind of show you guys, we can hit prediction here. Okay, we're a top contender. So speeds is good, stamina is good, power is good, guts good, wit's good. So everything's good here. Let's go ahead and hop into the race here, guys. Now, what you can do if you win races, you can actually skip the races, which bring down time, but for this, guys, no, we're not doing that. We're gonna be an in-surger. Actually, let's see our skills right here. This actually, okay, this activates as a late surger, right? So we're gonna be actually a late surger here. We won't be an enclosure for right now until unless we decide to switch up at the end, near the end, right? And one more little quick note, if you guys were wanting to play this game and wondering more about the stats, basically in terms of the power stat, the further down this list you go towards end, the more power you want. So that's the basic rule of thumb there. Oh, I clicked the wrong fucking thing. God damn it! Oh, we won! Oh my god, I can't believe I clicked it, guys. I'll show you the next race. We're just going to skip ahead. I'll show you the next race. Alright, guys. Don't mind the skip we did there. Now I will show you what a true race looks like. As you can see, we're a #1 favorite. Hopefully, as a late surger, will be fucking absolutely amazing for this race here, guys. Now, this is where this game gets amazing, okay? The races. This is where the real competition comes in at. Because if you're not racing your horses, And what are you doing in your life, right? So we're gonna go ahead and hop into it here. I'm not even memeing at all. This is the best game ever. Okay, so we're at the pre-open. We have to get a certain amount of fans to get to the next stage, and there's a lot of stages we have to get through, right? Okay, come on, baby, let's go. This is what we are built for. Okay, now guys, she is going to drop back on the lead. That's fine. She's a late surger, meaning she is not going to press towards the front until the final little stretch here, meaning she's conserving as much stamina as possible to hit her massive speed buff here at the end. Now, number 13 is quite far ahead, as you can see right here. They are far ahead. We are currently back here in the pack. These are our pace chasers, which are trying to keep up with the pace of our front runners here. So yeah, we feel rushed right now, which is not very good because that's increasing our stamina consumption. Anytime you get some of these debuffs which have a chance to roll, it's gonna, that one in particular is going to be increasing stamina consumption. We have not built much of the stamina, so that is not good for us. But we're on a dirt track, which is good for us, and we're also on a mile track as well, which honestly, if it was a sprint, it would have been a little bit better. But as of right now, we're in 7th, 8th place. We're #1 contender, so I'm assuming right here, right when we get to the end of this race here, guys, on the final stretch, we are going to surge. Okay, here it goes, guys. This is our time to pop off. This is when Haru Urara pops off. Look at her. She's going up. 7th place right now. Okay, she's going even faster now. Dude, look, the whole fucking competition's in place. Where's she at? Where's she at? There she is right there, guys. I have to put the marker up. Oh, 5th place. There she goes. Look at her go. Look at her go. Look at her go. Go, 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 go! She's fucking go! She's speeding up so fast. She's going so fucking fast, dude. Oh, is she get a pass? Wait, can she? Oh, come on, come on, come on. Oh my god, she's going! Fuck, what did I just finish in? Was that 3rd or was that 3rd? Oh, no shot. That was 3rd place. She was in a bad mood. Unfortunate. She was in a bad mood. If that was, oh wait, come on. Is that a 2nd? I thought it was 3rd. Honestly, I was kind of hoping for 1st. But hey, we're good there. Okay, guys, look at that. Hey, we won neck and neck, nose. Okay, neck, neck and nose. One L. I don't know what the 1L means. I don't know what any of those things mean right there. But then you get your fans up, guys, and basically at the end of every run, what this is going to be doing is it turns this into a legacy unit you can use and gives you a rating and gives you sparks and stuff like that, which you can use for later on down the line. I won't be going through this run anymore. I'm going to save this and do it for later because this run is kind of scuffed anyways. Other things you can do in this game, though, guys. Look at this. You have races here, which are like time trials. This is PvP. There is PvP in this game, and that's why they say this game is really pay to win, guys. The more buffs you have for your characters, obviously, the better, and that's definitely going to play into this right here. But yeah, there's PvPs. You can battle other people online. In terms of other things, there's events to get your Umas up some more. There's daily races. But the real main draw for me, guys, is how much different each one of these career modes is. Literally, I think you could spend days and days and days doing a career mode and getting a completely different outcome almost every single time because of the RNG. It feels kind of like a roguelite in a sense because you're going in, you have different RNG with each run, and you're getting different buffs and trying different things out. I think that's why I enjoy this game so much. It's like a roguelite, but with anime girls with derby horses, okay? And if I haven't sold you on this game already, then I don't know what will. This is probably, in my opinion, the best gacha game of the year. You can also join guilds and like battle with your friends as well and stuff like that, I guess, if you want to do that. But overall, the main draw of this game is literally get a horsey, train him up, and then you train another one up until you have a full account of trained horses. Obviously, I haven't got that far in the game. My team ranks only a D still, so we still have a lot of power to go and a lot of training to do with our horses. But yeah, honestly, guys, this game is really impressed me. I thought this game was gonna be ass, but I was very surprised with how it turned out. Anyways, guys, that's gonna do it for this video. This video has been going on for 25 minutes already. Let me know if you play Umamuseum. Maybe not. If you do, then join the Discord, and then we can maybe talk about it in there or something. Anyways, guys, that's gonna do it for this video. Hopefully you enjoyed. I'll see you in the next one later. Bye-bye.